Hello, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Linda from ITTT, here for another live session, this time on a Thursday morning for me in Korea, and maybe Wednesday evening wherever you are. I'm normally doing my lives on Friday morning, so actually I'm a day early, but tomorrow is New Year's Day. How exciting is that? And yeah, I'm not gonna be here. So yeah, we're doing this today. But yeah, can you believe it? It's the last day of 2020. Just crazy. I don't know where this year went, honestly. And it's been a roller coaster ride, right? So yeah, thanks so much for joining me. And as you can see, this is what we're talking about today. Teaching English in 2021, all the things you need to know, trends, predictions, tips, all that kind of stuff. So I see that a few people are already watching. So please let me know if you can hear me well, if you can see me well, if everything is working great. I would appreciate that. I already see a comment here from Jay saying, I'd love to teach online. I'm a public school E&L teacher in New York. Cool. Hi, Jay. Thanks so much for joining. Who else is here? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. And please also let me know where you are tuning in from, where you're watching from, where you are right now, and maybe also where you are in your TEFL journey. Are you currently taking a TEFL course? Are you planning to take a TEFL course? Are you teaching already? What is happening? Let me know. I am in South Korea right now. I'm about an hour and a half south of Seoul in a city called Cheongju. And yeah, it's great. It snowed overnight, already yesterday though, but it snowed a little bit more today. So it's really pretty outside. I wish I could show you, but I don't want to mess up my setup. But you can check it out in my Insta stories, my personal account, at Linda Goes East, if you're interested. All right, cool. Yvonne, hi, from Australia. Oh, cool. Nice. Then we have Mohammed from Chittagong, Bangladesh. I hope I didn't butcher that. Awesome. Thanks so much for watching. Margaret, I just retired after teaching French as a second language in Ontario, Canada. Cool. I also studied French for about 8 years, but I forgot a lot. But yeah, bonjour. Bonjour. Cool. Cool. Dencio, greetings from Manila. Hi. You're not too far away from me in Asia. I guess Bangladesh too, but cool. We have Australia, New York, we have Canada, we have Bangladesh, we have Manila, Philippines, like all over the world today. Awesome. Very, very cool. So for some people, it's already the 31st. For some people, it's still the 30th, right? Very exciting. I wish I had like a little New Year's Eve hat or something, like a 2021 hairband or whatever, but I don't. So this is what we're working with today. Oh, and actually, who was it, Jay? Look at what I'm wearing today. New York forever. Just for you, Jay. See, I knew it. I knew somebody from New York was going to watch. Anyway, yeah, so if you enjoy our lives, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get notified whenever we go live. And we're actually streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube right now. So 2 platforms. And you can throw your comments at me at any time. I'll be happy to answer them. And also, there will be a special offer at the end of the session. You don't want to miss it. It's the best deal you're going to get in terms of TEFL and TESOL discounts. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, but anyway, so teaching English in 2021. Yeah, a few people told me about their teaching journey, teaching French as a second language, Okay, cool. So what about teaching English? You interested in teaching English too, Margaret? Or you're, what are you looking for? Also, Jay, do you want to teach abroad then, since you're already teaching right now? Let me know, guys. What is your plan in terms of TEFL, teaching abroad, teaching online? Somebody said they're interested in teaching online. So that's really cool. Nice. Some from Laos. Hi. Very cool. Sorry, I keep getting these alerts on my phone, but that's okay. Nice. Then we have Margaret also teaching online. Very cool. Yeah. I am going to talk a little bit about teaching English online in this presentation as well. Juliana, hi. I think you've watched before, right? I recognized your picture, the Eiffel Tower from Illinois. Thanks for tuning in again. That's really cool. New faces and old faces in our TEFL family today. So yeah, I have prepared some visuals I'm going to share with you guys. And let me turn this banner off. And I am going to keep an eye on the comments, so feel free to ask questions at any time, and I will be happy to answer them. There will also be a Q&A section at the end if I miss some of your questions, or, you know, there's another opportunity at the end to ask questions at any time. And also, if you are listening to this as a podcast episode, thanks so much for downloading. We do always convert our live sessions into podcast episodes. So if this is something you're interested in, check us out on all major podcast platforms like iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and you can look for ITTT. It's called the TEFL and TESOL podcast by ITTT. Maybe that's something you're interested in. I always like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving. So yeah, check that out if you want. And then we're going to get into it. We have another comment here from Ruby, very much interested teaching English online, I suppose, from Regina SK Canada. Cool. All right. And then we have cheers from the San Francisco Bay Area. Hey, cool. Welcome and thanks for watching. Really interesting. I love San Francisco, by the way. I really want to go back. Okay, cool. Then let's jump right into it. So like I said, all the things you need to know about teaching English in 2021, trends, predictions, and tips and tricks. Let's jump in. So first, a little bit about myself. So my name is Linda. Excuse me. My name is Linda. I'm a travel writer and content creator at Linda Goes East. So you can check out my personal website, my personal social media. It's kind of about South Korea, Asia, living abroad, teaching abroad, all that good stuff. I'm originally from Germany and the USA. So my mom is German, my dad is American. And I am based in South Korea, and I've been here for 5.5 years, and I've loved it. Before Korea, I also spent some time in China teaching English there, and then I moved to Korea in 2015. Yeah. And I'm also a TEFL and TESOL marketing professional at ITTT. You can find us at teflcars.net and at International TEFL Training on Instagram. And yeah, ITTT is a leading TEFL and TESOL course provider worldwide with online courses, in-class courses, combined courses of all different kinds for all personal preferences and, you know, all lifestyles and backgrounds. So thanks so much for tuning in. And yeah, that's about myself. Now, again, back to the topic. And like I said, please throw your comments at me at any time. That's what I'm here for. Don't be shy. You know, let's have a conversation. I sometimes ask you questions too, right? So please answer my questions that I have for you, and I answer your questions. So that's what we're going to do today. Cool. All right. So the first one is very interesting, actually. So what you need to know about teaching English in 2021. So this is actually from the UNESCO, a UNESCO report that I read, and I thought it was really interesting, so I really wanted to share it with you. So according to this UNESCO report, the world needs almost 69 million new teachers to reach the 2030 education goal. So this is not only for 2021, but this is a goal to reach, basically provide education for all students, primary and secondary education in the world. So we need 69 million more new teachers to reach that goal, and provide, education for every child in the world. So this shows you how great the demand is. And the demand, continues to grow in 2021. And countries are eager to, match that need and to provide teachers to their people. So that's why there's also a lot of different government-funded teaching programs that place foreign English teachers into schools around different countries. So for example, in South Korea, we have the EPIC program, there's the JET program in Japan, there's a program in France and Spain, there's a program in Hungary, and many, many more of these programs are popping up. And so especially if you're new to teaching and you're looking for a great opportunity to go abroad, these kinds of programs are generally really, really good. And especially if you don't have any experience yet, you don't know how to start, because they guide you from beginning to end pretty much, and place you into schools. And it's a really great opportunity. And for anyone who's interested, I'm going to put this, the link to this report into the comment section. It's a really interesting read. If you're interested in education, world education, all this kinds of stuff. So I'm putting it into the comment section, into the comment box. You can check that out. I thought it was interesting and just wanted to mention, and just wanted to show, there's still a demand. So it's not like everything stopped in 2020, even though a lot of things did, but teaching English abroad, teaching English education in general is still very much in demand and continues to grow. So that was the first section. And yeah, have a read. It's interesting. All right, then, of course, we have to mention this situation, COVID. One thing for 2021 that you probably need to know, it's an additional requirement that you might need to have a test result certifying COVID-free status. So what does that mean? We kind of talked about that a little bit in my last live about the best countries to teach in 2021. I don't know if you've seen it. You can watch the replay. It's really interesting. But nowadays, most countries require you to take a COVID test before you enter. And this obviously also applies if you're going abroad to teach there. So this is just another new sort of requirement that many countries are rolling out. So this is something that you need to be aware of and look out for in 2021 if you want to go abroad, that you are most likely going to have to take a COVID test and, have obviously a negative result to be able to go, or, Then, of course, and this is sort of the disclaimer down here, regulations are changing frequently, so always do your research and check with official authorities. This is from my own research, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not an official authority or anything, so this is just from my personal research. So depending on the country where you want to go, always do your own research. But we're seeing this more and more for 2021, and it already started in 2020, obviously, that if you want to enter a country, you need to provide a COVID test. Also, my personal opinion, prediction, what we probably will also see is something with the vaccines. It's kind of too early to say now, but this might also be another additional requirement that maybe comes in the future, maybe at the end of 2021 or even 2022, that you might have to have a vaccine to enter a country, or have to have a vaccine in order to start teaching English in a certain country. We don't know that yet, but this is something that could happen, and just keep that in mind. Oh, Carol. I saw. Cool. I guess you mean like the last live, you watched that? Cool. Yeah. Thanks. You can always watch our all the previous live sessions on YouTube and also on Facebook. We keep them on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel, so you can always watch the playback because they're really interesting topics. And yeah, you should definitely check that out. Yes. Cool. Thanks to have you here again. It's really cool. Thanks for coming. All right. Then this is also something we talked about last time. You might have to spend 2 weeks in quarantine on arrival, kind of linked to the first point. So also more and more countries have the quarantine requirements and quarantine regulations. So if you are going to go abroad to teach, most of the time you can still enter the country if you are going to teach there, because you don't get a tourist visa, you get a work visa, business visa, depending on the country. So you are able to enter, but you might have to A, take a COVID test, and B, spend 2 weeks, sometimes it's 10 days, depends on the country, in quarantine on arrival. Again, the regulations are changing frequently, so do check, with officials. But that's something to keep in mind if you want to teach English abroad in 2021. But so depending on the country, the employer might cover the quarantine costs. In some countries, like in places here in South Korea, it's like that because everyone who has an address in Korea can basically quarantine at their house. And if you are going to teach in South Korea, the employer is providing you housing. So you have an address, you have a house to go to. So you are able to quarantine in your new home versus quarantine in a government facility, which costs a lot more. So depending on where you go and how the quarantine regulations are in that country, it's either free, paid for by the employer, or sometimes you have to pay for it by yourself. I've also heard some stories from people in Vietnam saying that they worked out a deal with their employer where it's like 50-50. So the employer pays half of it and then you pay half of it. Or also some of the money from the quarantine costs are taken from your first salary. So there's different kinds of things there. Depends on the country you're gonna be in and the employer and local regulations. But so that's another thing to watch out for 2021, that you might have to spend 2 weeks in quarantine when you go there. But still, the demand is really high and schools are hiring English teachers. I have a lot of friends who actually came to Korea this year. They did do, the 2 weeks in quarantine. Everything worked out well. They spent 2 weeks, in their new house, and then they moved on. I think they probably took a COVID test. It was negative, and then they moved on to teaching in their school, and everything worked out fine. All right. Then we have employers are more selective in choice of who they hire or who to hire. So basically, because of all these additional new regulations with the COVID test, with the quarantine, and these additional hurdles and costs, employers in 2021 in the TEFL world, so schools and all these institutions that need English teachers are probably going to be more selective, really looking for a great candidate. So that's something that we're probably really going to see, that they want to make sure they hire the best possible person if they have to go through all these additional hoops, right? So you really want to make sure that you stand out, you present yourself in the best way possible during the interview process, you polish your resume, you might give them some extra things, like prepare a mock lesson, even if they don't ask for it. You can always record yourself like teaching, or like record an intro video, or little things like that that you can offer additionally to sort of stand out and just show that you are a responsible and hardworking teacher, that you want to work for them. So just keep that in mind. All right, then we have schools will be able to hire a much greater volume of teachers for the February and May 2021 teacher intake as compared to August to November of 2020, because that's when kind of everything, well, everything happened, right? In summer, kind of everywhere was affected, and it kind of was very uncertain at the time, and schools definitely kind of stopped hiring and kind of laid low, and were like waiting for, you know, the situation to change because of, you know, all the regulations. Nobody could enter countries anymore. And now we are seeing, you know, this picking up again, because countries and governments put regulations in place allowing foreigners back in to come and teach. So the February and May 2021 intake for teachers is going to be much, much higher than it was in August and November. So we are going to see a lot more job openings opening up again, ready to be filled. So again, the demand is really, really great. And if you are interested in teaching English abroad, you might want to look out for that February and May intake. They're already hiring right now. So if that's something that you're interested in, you should jump on the train. But obviously, the demand is only going to continue to grow throughout 2021. Obviously, if everything is going well and we're not seeing another virus or anything, but it's slowly getting under control, and governments are dealing with it, putting regulations in place so that they are ready and are, are able to continue with their teaching programs and teaching placements. Yep. And then finally, about teaching English online, as you've probably already guessed, I mean, teaching English online continues to grow in popularity because it's just so convenient, it's so easy, and I mean, 2020 really has been the year for online education. I mean, it's been a huge boom. Even some regular teaching programs that are actually in class, right, moved to online. And we actually work with a couple of different schools, a lot of them also in China. China is the largest market for teaching English abroad. Many schools in China who are even hiring specifically for online. And there's a lot of positions where you are still moving to China, you work in their school, but it's still all online. So that's another great thing. And obviously, teaching online from your own home, it's only continuing to grow also throughout 2021. And my colleague Lisa, she always does her lives on Tuesday, and she did a live about teaching English online this week. So if you haven't seen that, it was really, really great. You should definitely check it out. And we also have a lot of different resources specifically for teaching English online, because there's so many different platforms out there to teach English for, really to suit all different needs. So there's like platforms specifically targeted at children, specifically targeted at adults, targeted at like test prep, targeted at speaking skills, and then the different hours. So depending on where you are, where you want to teach from, how much time you have, there is a teaching platform for you. There's so many out there. And, you know, some of them might have different rules or regulations. So some of them might only hire Americans or like North Americans, they like the accent. Other ones, they might only hire like British people because they like the British accents. Other platforms, they might not care at all about that, but the accent. They just want to hire, you know, professional certified teachers in general. So there's a platform out there for everyone. And if that is something that you're interested in, definitely check that out. We also have a course, a TEFL course specifically for teaching English online, really teaching you the skills and the knowledge that you need to convert those in-class skills into online. And like I said, my colleague Lisa, she did a really, really cool live session about a tool that she uses for her online lessons that I also never heard about. And it's so cool, so interactive. The different games and activities that you can create with this online whiteboard. It's really, really amazing. So check that out. It was this Tuesday. It will be on our Facebook page and on YouTube. So be sure to check that out if you're into teaching English online. I definitely recommend it. All right, so then taking all of these trends and predictions into account, what can you do basically to make yourself stand out and be the best candidate possible? That's what we're going to talk about next. So tips for teaching English in 2021. I have 3 major tips for you. The first one is get certified or upgrade your existing certification to over 120 hours. So because 120 hours is obviously great, but it's the standard. Excuse me. It's the standard, sort of like the minimum of teaching hours, TEFL training hours that everybody needs to get in order to get hired nowadays. It used to be like 100 minimum. Sometimes it still is. Then it's 120. So the trend is going higher and higher, right? So what you want to do is definitely get either upgrade. If you have a certificate that is under 120 hours, you can upgrade it, top up. We have different kinds of top up options. And another one is also to take TEFL or TESOL course specialization courses. So for example, we have a specialization course for teaching English online, or a specialization course for teaching English to young learners if you want to specialize in children. We have a course for teaching English, teaching business English. So if that's a route that you want to go in, then definitely take those specializations, add them to your professional portfolio to, have better chances in 2021 to get hired, because the employers are going to be more selective in their choice. Also, if you don't have any TEFL certification yet, the TEFL and TESOL course bundles that we offer are also a great option. So they usually include our 120-hour base TEFL course, plus different add-ons like the specializations or a diploma course. So depending on whatever you're looking for, this goes up to 550 hours of TEFL or TESOL training. So, I mean, ask any employer, would you hire somebody with 120 hours of training or 550 hours of TEFL training? So that is always something to think about. Hi, Tiana. Good to see you. So I plan on taking the business course. Yeah, it's a great course, and it's a great addition to your professional portfolio. So I definitely recommend taking that. Yeah. Good to see you again. All right, let me take a sip of my coffee. Okay, I spent some hours outside yesterday in the snow, and today I feel it in my throat. But yeah, we're making it work. So tip number 2, sort of in the similar direction. Enhance your resume with professional development. So besides the TEFL courses and specializations and stuff like that, there's many other things you can do to sort of polish your resume with professional development. So one thing is, for example, if you only took an online TEFL course, you can get observed teaching practice. And we have an OTP, observed teaching practice course, that allows you to get teaching practice, and then we analyze it and we issue a certificate after you completed a certain amount of hours. So that's something you might want to look into. Also, if that is not for you, you can do things like volunteer teaching, tutoring, just anything to get experience, or teaching English online. If your plan is to, let's say, go abroad in 2021 to teach, you can get teaching experience now by teaching English online and put that on your resume. Then there's also the option of taking MOOCs, so massive open online courses on, you know, on platforms like Coursera, Udemy, EDX, I believe. So there's so many different kinds of platforms that have really, really good courses available, either for free or for very, very little money. And, you know, from really, really great institutions like Harvard and like really big Ivy League universities, or things that are more related to TEFL organizations. So you can find stuff like that. My colleague Lisa, she took several MOOCs about early childhood development and like things like that, because that she wants to specialize into teaching children. So she took MOOCs about that. So that's another great way. And you take the course basically, and then at the end, depending on the platform, if you pay a little bit of money, you can get an official certificate. And, you know, that's another great addition to your portfolio. And you can obviously study online at your own time, take these courses, and it's just a great, great way to, you know, enhance your resume with professional development. Also, if, for example, if you are a non-native English speaker, you might want to look into getting English language certificates, English proficiency certificates, like TOEIC, TOEFL, IELTS, all these kinds of things. They're also adding to your portfolio. And then, yeah, online teaching skills, your teaching skills in general. So like, actually what I already mentioned. So just getting any kind of teaching experience you can get, even if it's just a family member or in your community, in your church, you know, or online. Even if it's something like a language exchange, you know, can be also extremely, extremely helpful. Yeah. And then the last tip that I have for you guys would be to work with different recruiters and experts. And this actually goes regardless of pre-COVID or post-COVID or whenever. It's always a good idea to work with different recruiters, many different recruiters and experts. So if you want to work abroad or online, you don't have to only stick with one recruiter. You can contact as many as you like. And the good thing about working with recruitment agencies is that the teacher, you don't pay for the recruiter. The employer, the school, pays the recruiter for their services. So whenever you see some recruitment agencies asking you for money, that's probably a scam. So you shouldn't talk to them. You shouldn't, you know, just go away. So that's one thing. And also, we at ICTT offer lifetime job support for all course graduates. So we are another great resource. You know, work with us, check out what we can offer you, contact recruitment agencies. We work with a couple of different recruitment agencies all over the world for different regions, countries, also online. And then also reach out to, you know, TEFL forums, TEFL blogs, you know, message people who are currently teaching and ask them about their input, feedback, or tips. And join Facebook groups. That's also a really, really great way to get ready, get some additional know-how and insight. Facebook groups. There's like Facebook groups for every kind of teaching scenario you can think of. There's like English teachers in Korea, English teachers in China, or business English teachers, or I've seen a big group about Filipino teachers, Filipino ESL teachers, or something like that. So there's a group for pretty much everyone regarding to teaching. So I highly recommend you do some search on that. And yeah, always check out if you're interested in teaching and TEFL and all of that. You know, check us out on teflcourse.net. You can always send us an email, hit us up with your questions at any time, obviously. Yeah, so let me look at the comments. Margaret says, I have a teaching certificate with 29 years experience. Do I need the TESOL? So I suppose because you said earlier you taught French, right, in Canada. So is that a local Canadian teaching like license teaching certificate? Or do you already have a TEFL or TESOL? I guess you don't. So, I mean, it depends on what you want to do. You know, do you want to teach English abroad? then yes, you would probably need a TEFL or TESOL, because the TEFL or TESOL is also often a requirement in order to get a visa to work in different countries. So for example, for China, if you want to go to China, you need to have a TEFL certificate of at least 120 hours in order to even get a visa. Also, there's a lot of online platforms that also state that you need to have a TEFL or TESOL. Some don't require it. It's also true that people who have a TEFL or TESOL often get higher pay. And obviously, you would also get higher pay in most cases, I would assume, with 29 years experience. So, you know, it always depends. But I would definitely recommend it if you want to go into the ESL, English as a second language, English as a foreign language, then that's definitely the certificate to get. It's just, you know, gonna make your portfolio, your resume even better. Okay. I really don't know how to pronounce your name. Sophie? Soph? I don't know. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't butcher it. Anyway, I just got a text that my TESOL certificate just arrived from Thailand and is now en route to California. Awesome. The ITTT certificate? Yay. Congratulations. Which certificate did you take? I would be curious to know. Cool. All right. Good. Then, all right. I'm opening the Q&A session, so to speak, but I'm also going to share the 30% off link with you guys so you can get your discount, you know. What a nice New Year's present. So I'm going to post it into the comment box. It's basically teflcourse.net/apply/ and then the code. So click on that link. It will actually go straight to the application page. But, you know, feel free to browse, obviously, the site first to get information about the course that you're interested in, and then, you know, go back to the link and apply. And you fill out the application form. It's also a, you know, non-binding, free application. So, you fill it out, you will see the discounted price on, I believe, the next page, and then you get further instructions about the next steps via email. So yeah, even if you're not yet sure about TEFL, you can just fill out the application and then you know, take it from there. Okay. Then I also prepared a couple questions for you guys, actually, because I'm very curious. But let me make myself bigger. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let me know if you can't see the link, then I'll share it again. But you should be able to see it on Facebook and also on YouTube. Okay. All right. Then let me start our conversation. So I have a question for you guys. Which country would you like to teach English in, or online? So which country, first choice, and then if you don't want to go abroad, you can also just say online. And also why? So if you want to teach English in Korea, why? If you want to teach English online, why? Let me know. Really curious. I see there's a bunch of people watching, so I'm expecting a bunch of answers. So yeah, like I said, I taught English in China and in South Korea. I loved both. It was really, really great. Great experience, you know. I always really, really want to go back to China. I always go back, usually when I'm like flying back home, I have a stopover somewhere in China and just spend a couple of days there because I just love it. But yeah. Okay. Which country would you like to teach English in? Margaret. Hungary, online. Okay, so do you want to move to Hungary and live there and then teach online? Is that what you're saying? Cool. Yeah, actually my grandma, she was born in Hungary. Really, really interesting. I really like, and I went to Budapest 3 years ago, I believe. It was beautiful. Hungary is really nice. And my grandparents, they still go every year, normally. Under normal circumstances, they would go every year. There's this really nice thermal bath, Hevis, I think, Hevis. And they always go there. It's really cool. Okay. Oh, Margaret. Okay. No, stay in Canada. Okay. So, like, do you mean if you went abroad, then you would choose Hungary, but actually want to teach English online? Or do you want to teach English online to Hungarians? Either way, sounds like a good plan. All right, then Jennifer says online so I can help others learn English and help with income for my family. Nice, yeah. So are you already teaching English online, or is this something that you want to do and plan to do in 2021? Great. And where do you live, Jennifer? What country? Okay, Tianas, South Korea, because I listened to Korean music since high school, and it has both mountains and the ocean. Yeah, that's true. Cool, yeah. So you like K-pop, huh? What's your favorite K-pop group or idol, singer? Oh, and the benefits they offer. Yeah, Korea has a lot of really great benefits, like paid housing, paid airfare, end of year bonuses, the pension, and all that stuff. Good insurance. Yeah, it's not bad. All right, Margaret says, I want to stay in Canada, but teach English online in Hungary would be great. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Sophie, I feel like, oh, the X is soft in the first Xerox. Oh, Sophie? Probably still wrong. I'm so sorry. It's a cool name. I don't think I've ever heard that. It looks really cool. All right, thanks. I bought myself the master package. Yay! Congratulations. I'm working on the CTBE, I think, actually. CTVE, then the CTEYL, and then teaching English online. Cool, so you're going to do them all. Nice, nice. I actually have that too. Same, all of them. So that's definitely a good package to have. What about the diploma? Are you interested in that as well? That would be sort of, if you have all of those, then that's kind of like the next step. But I mean, baby steps, baby steps. And what's your goal though? Where would you like to teach? Abroad or online? Oh, teaching online from home. Sorry, I just saw that now. Teaching online from home. Yeah, cool. Nice. All right, Juliana says online because I'm a tutor on a local tutoring platform. Oh, nice. What platform is that? That sounds really interesting. Cool. All right, Jennifer, plan to teach online for 2021. I homeschool my children, but teaching online is flexible and can fit with our schedule. Yeah, that's why a lot of people love teaching English online, because you can really make it work for any lifestyle and schedule, and it's great. Ah, yeah. Oh, sorry. From Calgary, Canada. Okay. Nice. Oh, yeah. You're thinking about the diploma? Yeah. Cool. I mean, there's a, where is it? Oh, I can't never figure this out. Anyway, here, there's the 30% off discount link in the comments. I can share it again. So maybe something, a little New Year's present. Okay, this is the platform, Varsity Tutor. Varsity Tutor. Cool. Okay, I'm actually going to write that down. Interesting. Varsity Tutor. Nice. Learned something new. Okay. Nice. All right, next question. All right, then, if you're not abroad yet and you're not teaching online yet, what is it that's holding you back? What's holding you back? What is holding you back in your TEFL teaching journey? What's holding you back? Let me know. What's holding you back? What's holding you back? There's always a 20-second delay from when I talk to you guys seeing it. So that's why. There's this awkward 20 seconds where nothing's happening, but what's holding you back, you know? I mean, it can be many different things, and I'd be curious to know. Yeah. Oh, in the meantime, Tiana said, I like J Park, TVXQ. I actually don't know that. TVXQ, Big Bang, and more. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, we got answers. All right. Also, Tiana says, my living situation and financial. Yeah. Okay, I see that. Okay. But actually, like with South Korea, if you want to move to South Korea, there's actually not a lot of expenses that you have because the employer pretty much pays for everything. They pay for housing, they pay for, you know, the airfare, all that stuff. So, Margaret says, just retired and gathering information. Good, yeah. So you're just kind of like, okay, I retired. Now let me look into this. What can I do? That's great. Love that. Okay, what do you think about the platform Thinkific? I may be spelling that incorrect. You know, I've never heard about that. Thinkific. I'm also going to write that down. Thinkific. Is that a teaching platform? Online teaching? That's really good. Interesting. I'm going to look into those platforms and see, you know, what's up. All right, Jennifer says, I took my TEFL with ITTT 6 years ago, but never taught with it. And now I would like to see classes taught to build my confidence as I feel inexperienced. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, you know, it always takes practice. I remember, you know, the first day that I was teaching, I didn't have any experience and I taught little kids. It's really overwhelming, but I mean, you know, every day you learn, every class you learn, and then you just get more confident. And depending on who you teach, you know, if you teach kids or it doesn't actually matter which age group you teach, it's just really fulfilling when you see that your students are making progress and they're, you know, learning what you're teaching them. It's just a good feeling. And I think it's your confidence is going to then grow and come from that. So don't be worried about that. I mean, we all started somewhere. So, and I think especially a teacher, you know, it's just going to take time and you're going to get better over the years. So especially in the profession as a teacher. Yeah. All right, then we have another comment from PRS. Okay, how to take the first step to teach English online and have confidence to speak to students for the first time. Any advice? Basically what I just said, you know, especially a teacher, there's no perfect teacher coming straight out of training. So, you know, definitely take a TEFL course, which teaches you basically how to structure your lesson. So you make your lesson plan. So you know all the steps, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3. So there's no room for your mind to like wander off or something where you might get nervous. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Have a lesson plan, have your lessons planned out so that you know the timing and when to do what. So you're not going to get nervous. And then, you know, it's just going to take practice. Every lesson, every class, you're going to learn and you're going to do better and better and better. That's the advice I have for you. All right. Eva says, I think online rates are not so high as regular tutoring. Am I wrong? Well, it's going to depend on which platform you're going to work for. So different platforms, they have different rates. Also going to depend on, you know, how long maybe the lessons are. I know some platforms, their lessons are like 10 minutes long, 20 minutes long. Other platforms, their lessons are like 50 minutes long. So it's really going to depend on that. And also on your background, your qualifications. They usually pay more if you have a TEFL or a TESOL or teaching experience and stuff like that. So that's, you know, it depends on a lot of factors. But I wouldn't say that online teaching pays less than tutoring. I mean, also depends on what kind of tutoring, I guess. But yeah, we have a lot of resources about the different teaching platforms and how much they pay. you might want to check out our FAQ section. And I'm just going to drop that link into the comments. That is teflcourse.net/FAQ. And there's a lot of resources about different salaries and stuff. And there's a section about teaching English online and the different platforms and how much those different platforms pay per hour. It's usually hourly with teaching online. Okay. All right. Thinkific. Okay, hold on. This. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Thinkific. Okay. All right, I'll check it out and let you know. Okay, but I teach in China since. Oh, you taught in China. That's cool. Well, then you have experience. Then you probably also earn more if you teach online. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. Thanks for watching. Okay. Let me ask you guys another question. And then we can slowly wrap it up. But also you can still keep, throwing your questions at me if you still have some that we didn't cover. But basically, just for me, I would like to know what other topics would you like us to talk about in our live sessions? Because we are going live. I go live weekly, and my colleague Lisa, she also goes live weekly. So we do 2 lives every week. So, we always are looking for topics, obviously, to talk about that would be interesting to you guys, because that's what we're here for. We're doing these lives for you. So if you have any, requests, what we could cover in the future, that would be really, really great. I also obviously have a few things in mind that I want to talk about in the future, but I would really love you guys' input in terms of what to talk about. And yeah, let me know. Okay. Oh, let me answer this question in the meantime. Is $34 course real? A $34 TEFL course? And does it give me any opportunities? Okay, so when it comes to TEFL courses or education in general, usually it's, what you see is what you get, or what you pay for is what you get. Does that make sense? I feel like I can't talk today. I'm so sorry. But yeah, usually, always check what does this qualification get you in the end? What's included? Do you have to pay for your hard copy certificate extra? Usually, really, really cheap courses, they have all these extra fees that you have to pay for at the end. Like, you have to pay for the certificate to be printed. You have to pay for the certificate to be notarized, or like have that stamp on. You have to pay for accreditation. You have to pay for shipping. You have to pay for all of these extra things, and then it's gonna amount to a much higher price than originally. So that's one thing that I can say. Like for ITTT, our courses, we all have lifetime job support included, tutor support, obviously our admin support, all these extra materials, our vast material library, blog library, FAQ library, all of those things. So they probably wouldn't have that at a $34 course. Okay. Marvin says, body language is an important part of teaching, but this is lost with online teaching. What are some ways that we can make up for this? Okay. I mean, usually with online teaching, you would still have your camera on, and I feel like online teaching is has a lot to do with your body language. Like from the online teaching that I've seen and done, you use a lot of props, and it's very interactive. You do use your body. So yeah, but I can tell you that I think you should watch, if you haven't yet, our live from my colleague Lisa from Tuesday, because she's introducing this really, really, really cool online tool that she uses for her lessons that is super interactive. You can do so many really cool things with that, and maybe that would help you with your online classes. Check that out. It's on our Facebook page. It was from this Tuesday, this week. So check it out. I think it's going to help you a lot. All right, Tiana says, the different cities in South Korea to teach in and what makes them different. Oh, like as a live idea, a topic? Okay. I was thinking about doing a live session all about South Korea, because South Korea is a popular teaching destination, and it's where I am and where I have most of my experience at. So if that is something that is interesting, definitely let me write that down. Okay, thank you, Tiana. What other topics would you like us to talk about in the future on our live sessions? What are you curious about? You know, more different TEFL destinations, more about our courses, more about teaching tips, more about like a deep dive into our different courses. One time I did a live and showed you our 120-hour online course platform and what that looks like. Yeah. Sometimes I also just have general Q&A sessions where I don't have a topic. You can just throw your questions at me. All right, Margaret says, teaching in Europe. Okay, teaching in Europe. Teaching in Europe, writing it down. Okay, teaching in Europe, great. Then we have one, the differences in teaching students from different cultural backgrounds. Yeah, that's actually really good. Okay, nice, I like that. Differences in teaching from different backgrounds, okay. Cool, nice. Okay, tips. Tiana says tips. What tips? Teaching tips? What tips? Okay. Khan says courses, topic courses. Okay, so like an overview of all ITTT courses. I think I haven't done that yet. So that's actually good. Overview of all courses. Good. We have another one. Fauzan, what's the cheapest course that gives the chance to teach either online or even abroad, please? Okay, I would highly recommend to get the 120-hour course, and you can take it without tutor. Then it's the cheapest. Let me see. And also, if you haven't heard that yet, we have a 30% off coupon for everybody watching. So it would be this one. This is the 120-hour course without tutor. That's the cheapest, with still the 120 hours, which is like the standard. And then you can use our 30% off coupon, and that's honestly the best deal that you can get. I'm going to share this coupon link again. That's the Facebook Live 308. Okay, requirements to be able to teach, any age limitations. So this always kind of depends on the destination, the country that you want to teach in. So generally there are no age limitations, but some countries like China, and I think Korea as well, Japan, I'm not quite sure, but they have like a retirement age. So in China it'd be 60. So if you're like over 60, you probably could not go to China, but that's about it. So typically they're not that strict in terms of age limitations. And it also depends on, you know, what kind of school you want to work for. So typically schools that teach like business English and professionals, they really like older teachers. So definitely, you know, there's still a demand even if you're older. All right, Juliana, I'm really interested in teaching English in Daegu. Why Daegu? It's a city in South Korea. Okay. Why Daegu though? It's actually, that's nicknamed like the hottest city in Korea, but like temperature wise, like in summer, it's typically the hottest place. And it can get, really hot there. So why do you want to go there? Just curious. All right. Okay. And then, all right, Tiana says, in Japan, they have a retirement age of 60 and prefer people in their 20s and 30s. Generally, like schools that teach children, especially young children, they tend to prefer younger teachers, like in their 20s and their 30s, because they think they just have more energy. But, it's... so that's why I said, like, typically business English and adult classes, they prefer older teachers. But it's not a rule of thumb. It's not like written in stone. You can still find positions, teaching kids. I worked with some older teachers, and they taught children and they were hired. So always depends. Okay. Then last question for today. What is your New Year's resolution for 2021? Let me know. What is your New Year's resolution for 2021? Curious to know. Your New Year's resolution for 2021. So for me, a couple of things. I really like language learning, so I want to learn more Korean, and I also study Chinese. I want to learn more Chinese in 2021, and also go back to the gym and everything, because of 2020 was not that active. But we moved to a new place, and this whole area here is new. So there is a new gym that opened, and we signed up because they had like the first 50 people who sign up get like 40% off. So we did that. So that's the plan for 2021. I know, pretty basic, but yeah, that's what's happening. So what is your New Year's resolution for 2021? In the meantime, there's a question more from Fauzan. One last thing, actually two. Okay. Explain more about the coupon. Okay, well, the coupon, you click on the link and you can fill out the application and you get 30% off. And then you can either complete the payment if you want to take the course, or you can just not. Up to you. That's the coupon. Then, are there any higher chances for Arabic and French-speaking people? Thank you so much for applying. You sound like a nice person. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. I think it depends on where you want to teach. I'm sure that in a place where they speak Arabic and French, you probably have a really high chance of getting hired if you also, teach English. So it always depends on where you want to go and where you're from. So I definitely think that additional language skills are always a plus. That's why I also really love learning languages. Okay, we have some New Year's resolutions in. Tana says hers is to get started on getting a TEFL and my associate's degree and then my bachelor's, as well as my living situation. Okay, sounds like you have a lot of plans. But yeah, you have 365 days. So good luck with that. I don't think you're going to get everything done in 2021, like degree-wise. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like you have, you're on the right track. You're really getting started early. You know what you want to do, and you're getting things done. So, and also, I'm teaching myself Korean. Awesome. Cool. Good luck with that as well. Love that. Okay. Eva says, learn Chinese and do yoga. Cool. Yeah. How are you learning Chinese? By yourself? or are you taking classes? I took some online classes this year. It was really great too. Okay. Juliana says, I taught Chinese language and culture 3 years ago. Oh, maybe Juliana can teach Eva some Chinese. And me. Can we all like make a little study group? That would be really cool. And she says, I want to teach Korean because I know how to read, listen, write, and speak. Well, there you go. Cool. Nice. A lot of language goals in this group. I love that. Thank you so much. Okay. And then thank you so much. You really helped. Oh, thanks. I always hope that my live sessions are helpful. You know, even if they just help one person, it means the world to me. And so that's why I'm here. Even if I can just help one person, then that's, you know, that's a success for me. All right. Okay. Ooh, cool. I'm turning the guest room into my classroom and studio, and we're getting hardwood floors. Gotta work on my Tagalog. Cool. That sounds really awesome. Do you live in the Philippines? I forgot if you mentioned that. But also your picture looks very tropical, so very nice. So are you planning on having, oh no, you said online teaching, right? So you're gonna teach, is this gonna be your like online teaching room? That's really cool. And hardwood floors, yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Awesome. Happy New Year. Okay, before we go, let me just show you how to find us online, so we don't miss any of that. So on Facebook, you can find us. You can find us on Twitter, on Instagram, and we're really trying to grow. Oh yes, sorry, San Francisco. Yeah, my partner's from Manila. Cool, nice. Forgot San Francisco. Yeah. Okay, and Instagram at International TEFL Training, and we're really trying hard to grow our Instagram. So please, if you could spare a moment, head to Instagram and type in International TEFL Training and just give us a follow. That would mean so much to us. And then also, if you are interested in anything regarding Korea or China, Asia in general, teaching, living in Asia, traveling in Asia, etc., you can check that out. Linda Goes East. Also on Instagram or www.lindagoeseast.com. That's my personal website and my handle. Always feel free to reach out, message me. I'm always excited to meet new people and talk about, you know, all interesting things, I suppose. And yeah, don't miss out on 30% off. Like I said, thank you so much for your topic ideas and also those teaching platforms. I wrote it down. I'm going to check it out. And like I said, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our live sessions. We do go live every week. We do live sessions, me Fridays, sometimes Thursdays, and then my colleague on Tuesdays. So don't miss that. And I wish you guys a happy, happy, happy New Year, wherever you are. And I really hope that your New Year's resolutions are going to come true and that we are going to see each other again next week in the new year. I can't believe it's 2021. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I feel like, I don't know, our TEFL family is growing. I'm really happy to meet, you know, all these happy people every week, like Tiana and Juliana. Yeah, so cool. Hashtag Happy New Year 2021. Yeah. Thank you so much and Happy New Year. Great. Happy New Year. Thank you and Happy New Year. Thanks so much, guys. And please join us again. And also feel free to send us your topic ideas at any time. It always helps so much. And take advantage of the 30% off coupon. Don't let it go to waste. It's a good deal. And yeah, also, This comment is really cool. I'm not a paid sponsor, but get the master bundle. It's worth it so far. Yeah. So the ITTT master bundle. Yeah. Check it out on our website. It's also what I have. It's really good. It's basically three certificates in one. So it's a great deal for anyone starting out. And we also have a lot of upgrade and top-up options. All right, then. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys in the new year next week. Okay? All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Happy New Year. And hit me up at any time if you have questions. Bye.